Okay, so here we're going to be looking a little bit at what I term foot health. So looking after the strength of your foot and the mobility through your foot and your toes. Really important that your foot functions well because it forms the foundation for movement through the rest of your body. And if your foot and ankle and toes aren't moving well, it's going to require too much movement further up the chain, which can often be why you might feel knee pain, hip pain, back pain. Just think of it as the foundations of a building. If they're not correct and they're not strong and proper, nothing else further up that building really matters too much. So really important that we're looking after the foot and ankle and toes as we're going to do here. So first thing we're going to do is a bit of rolling. Now you can do this with like a hard ball, or I'm going to do it with the stick. You just need some form of hard object that's going to roll around. And then what I want you to do, just roll up and down your foot, a bit like you would foam roll on the rest of the body, just applying some pressure into the bottom of the foot there. Any areas that are particularly tender, put your attention on that. Go for about 2 minutes on each side. Good thing about doing it from a standing position is you can really dictate how much pressure you're putting into the movement, and over time just put a little bit more pressure down on that foot. Once you've done that, we're going to go into this next drill. So the widest part of your foot should be your toes, but because of the shoes that we wear, our feet tend to point in, which we don't really want. And what a wide toes can help with balance. So what I want you to do is take your fingers, put them in between your toes. This might feel a little bit uncomfortable at first. If it does, that's just an indication that you need to do more of it. If it is too uncomfortable, just bring your fingers back. If you're able to manage, then put your fingers in a little bit deeper. And then from there, just spend some time with your fingertips between your toes, moving that foot around. Reps are really arbitrary here. Just maybe spend a minute or so moving it around. And then after you've done it a minute or so, take your foot out in front of you, and then I want you to try and splay your toes. So take them as wide as you can. Control back in. Wide as you can. Control back in. And then do the same on the other side. From there, I want you to go feet flat onto the floor and just try and lift. You can do this one side at a time or two sides at a time. Lift the big toe up for about 10 reps and then do the little toes for 10 reps. And then the last thing you're going to do, lift all the toes up, spread them wide, and then try and touch down one by one. If you find any of these super challenging, it just means you need to do more of it. But like I said, really important that that foot functions well.